Let's see what he was complaining about this time. Oh, look at it. Here you go. I'm out while I'm stepping away from YouTube. Okay, you know what? Everybody steps away from YouTube. That's nothing new. Let's go here.
Before we get started in the content, shout out to my guys of the MT Army, my fellas, all right? And one love to the beautiful ladies of the MT Auras, okay? I haven't done a video like this in a while, which is just me long form, just kind of speaking about things that are happening, things that are on my mind, and my thoughts as to the growth.
You know, when you realize when you get a little older and people around you start dying, you realize this ain't real life. You know what I'm saying? Like, unfortunately, when you get sick or people start or around you start dying, dropping off, then you realize this really ain't what it's cracked up to be. This really ain't that serious. But only till that you get to that point in life. But okay, let's go.
Sustainability of the things that I'm doing within the channel, life updates, all right? So for those that are interested, I'll give this video that opportunity. But yeah, you're looking at the title, you're looking at the thumbnail. I'm going to take a break, baby, okay? I don't know for how long, so just stay tuned into the channel. But I don't have any notes for this, so I wanted to just really freestyle, just tell you guys kind of what's on my mind. And I've avoided doing videos like this for some time now, and there's a lot of reasons for that. Maybe I'll get into some of those reasons.
Yeah. Kevin, the pendulum, like, is anything original anymore? But come on.
Within the confines of this video, but think of this as like an update video of kind of what's going on with me. So long story short, I just need a break. I need a break. And for how long? I don't know. Okay. The last time that I took a break like this was back in 2021. For those that are more OGs up on the channel, okay, you know exactly what happened to me in 2021. I got sick. Okay. I received a cancer diagnosis, and pretty much they wanted to operate on me that very next day.
Now, and to this day, I still don't understand why you didn't get a second opinion, but you let them cut you open and take your little testy. I get it, man. I get it. The C is no joke. I get it. But for you to be this young, for him to be this young and having to deal with cancer. Let's go.
Okay, seeing what was going on and how aggressive that it was. They wanted to dispatch it or dispel it from my body. And I went through with that. And I took about 30 or so days off before I got back to the content. And yeah, I can't believe it. It's been 5 years now. And I've been following up on my cancer, appointments, diagnosis with my oncologist. And thankfully, thank God, everything at this current junction is fine. For those who've never been diagnosed with cancer, it's typically 5 years from the point that they determine that it's either been removed from your body or you encounter remission, that they will give full of testing in order to say that it probably will not occur again, okay? So I am right at that 5 years mark, and I think for that, I owe myself a degree of celebration, all right? But even outside of that, I've taken small breaks, okay? I want to say like week, maybe the most is about 10 days. I went on a cruise sometime last year, right? But I haven't really fully given myself time to just go and disconnect, okay? I remember last year I did a video during my 40th birthday, okay? I went down to Miami, and this was
so he's 40, wow. So 5 years ago, at the age of 35, you had testicular cancer. Okay. So all of these guys getting older on YouTube and still have yet to, I guess, in just in plain terms, just grow up. In 5 years, you supposed to be getting off this shit and having a family somewhere and letting your investments do what it do for you. You're supposed to be off this shit, man. You're supposed to be off this. Or at least, waning yourself off this, but then you're going to be like, well, Sly, you doing the same thing. I got my minime's leaving for college, empty nester, man. I got time to do so. But this ain't my end all be all. But I'm not going to come on here and talk about, I need another break, y'all. I just go out. I just disappear. And then I come back when I come back. But just hear me out. Come on, let's go.
Like at the same time that the Rhoda Brickface Osmond case was going on. So I'm like, all right, I had all my friends and my family that was there, but I was like, yo, just give me some time in the backyard. All right, I got this nice background behind me. Let me record some content in order to update the people as to what was going on.
And that's the trap of YouTube. That is the curse of being a content creator. When you got numbers that big, the algorithm punishes you for not feeding it. Do you understand? There's a certain level of stress that content creators are under. And the bigger your channel, the more stress you are under. Could you imagine hanging out with family and friends, and you be like, "Hey, I need to take. I'll be back. Give me 30 minutes," and to run off into your car to make a video. Do you understand? Do you see how it just sucks life out of you? Like you can't even enjoy the time with your friends and family. You gotta sneak off to go make a video about a bitch that injected her face with silicone because she lied about getting hit with a brick. Do you see how this YouTube thing just it overtakes your life slowly but surely? Let's continue. What do you mean? What are you talking about? I don't understand. What are you talking about? Please don't come in here derailing. Please don't come in here and derail. Not in the mood.
Whole break was about a week or so, okay? But for me to be able to take a little bit longer than a week off, and I'm not sure exactly how much, and I will be doing some traveling within this time, but in order to take more time off for myself, just so I can give more to you. Truth be told, I don't know if I've been myself since the passing of my father. Now, he passed June 6, 2023, and so we're coming up to the 3-year anniversary of.
Now, me personally, I wouldn't do this. If I lose my daddy, goddamn it, I'm out, and I'm not gonna come back and speak on it. There's some things you just gotta keep to yourself, or these not for the internet. Everything is not for the internet. You can't tell listen. I don't know about y'all, but these are conversations that need to be had with people in person, people that grew up with you, or somebody that's a significant other. I'm not coming to YouTube to I don't know, explain the pains of me missing my father. I can't do that. That y'all don't deserve that. That is a pain that's best served amongst me and my family or the wife. Y'all don't deserve to know all this. You just don't. And that's okay. And I would tell y'all the same thing. Everybody doesn't need to know your business, especially, when it comes to, family loss. I wouldn't be on here talking about this. This nigga's crazy.
The most important person within my life, his demise, his death, one of which was sudden. My father was the pinnacle of health. I'm trying to tell you, like, my dad is the type of dude, he'll get a hangnail, he'll go to the doctor. I'm exaggerating a little bit, but you understand my point. But very keen on getting his physicals, his checkups. And within that, he instilled that within me, which is actually one of the reasons that I discovered my cancer back in 2021. But when my father was diagnosed, and it was like December of like 2022, if not January of 2023, from that to June, it was about 6 months. The last couple of months, I had the opportunity to be up in New York with him as he was going through the remainder of his battle. And I was in the room with him alone as he passed, and watching that whole situation take place. My father was 66 at the time, and knowing that my father, we talked about him doing more things within his life once he got over it, right? Seeing new things.
All right, 66 is fairly young. 66 is fairly young. I believe the average black man's life expectancy is around 72, 73. 66 is still, not super duper old, but goddamn, that's, it's still like, damn, that was it, 66. God bless him and his family. But I'm not bringing this to y'all online. I would not.
He's traveling to new places, perhaps even going internationally, right? And my father was an old school New York dude through and through. When I tell you he was happy as can be within New York and had his plot, right, has his house, was comfortable with the things in and around his space, that's really all that he wanted to do. And I would like to say that within my life and my degrees of travel, I actually inspired him to do more and see more within his life, which was what the plan was. But God had other things in plan for us. Nevertheless, going through that grieving process, and even at the time, I want to say it was probably a week or so that I took off, and it should have been a lot longer. But truth be told, I wanted to do something different than just.
Okay. So by his own admission, he only took off a week from YouTube from his daddy passing. This is what YouTube does to big numbered content creators. The algorithm will punish you for not feeding it. It will remind you, hey, you haven't posted in quite a while. Hey, you got some 50% less viewers this month. Hey, your views are declining. Hey, it will punish you, and you become a slave to the algorithm. Listen, you think O'Shea can afford to take off 2 weeks? You know what I'm saying? Even if he wanted to, something would compel him to make a video. Okay, when you are once again having a high number, sub count ain't what it's all cracked up to be. You know, all those views you get a month, okay, it's cool when it's cool, but when it's not cool, when you can't take a break and give yourself, a mental vacation or whatever, an emotional vacation, a spiritual vacation, or just and take time out with your mates if you got one. Yeah, this shit is soul crushing. YouTube can be soul crushing.
Cry all day. I wanted to do something different, and I thought that, doing content is something that I love to do, and at least it would take my mind off of, the grief and the anguish that I was going through and dealing with his death. And death is not something that I am very accustomed to. I grew up in a very small family, and when you grow up in small families, because there's less people around you are dying. So it was, a particularly new thing that I had to go through in the assessment of the closest relationship that I had within my life. And I guess sort of similarly, I've had friends of mine pass, within that time frame. A year before was Kevin Samuel's passing. So grief and the result of that and the inability to really know how to process that, take adequate time away and really understand who I am throughout that and what are the things that I can do to sort of rationalize something that
I respect his transparency, but I would not. This is what happens. This is what a slave to YouTube looks and sounds like. Okay? This is what a slave to YouTube looks and sounds like. How do you not take off a month just for whatever and just, these white boys do it all the time. White content creators will take months off YouTube. You understand? I don't know what it is with urban folk, but these white folks will take off months off YouTube. No warning. Just stop posting, and then be like, hey, 6 months ago, and we're back.
I'm really not had a lot of practice in rationalizing.
Super stuck.
Along with being in this space of content and doing it for as long as I've been doing. It's actually crazy to think like I'm considered an OG on this platform now.
Wait,
you understand me? I'm like a grandfather.
This nigga said he an OG on you. Did this man really consider himself an OG on YouTube? This man called himself an OG on YouTube. Lord have mercy. Sir, it's YouTube. It ain't what it used to be. Oh my goodness. Okay. Oh, he called himself an yeah, he tripped. Hey man, listen.
On these platform streets, right, to be doing it for 8+ years at this current junction and, doing it in a way that is receiving numbers that are way more than sustainable and still is doing incredibly for me within this period of my life has been amazing. I just haven't really had the opportunity or the space to celebrate amazing.
Look, this man has 912,000 subs, and this man only took off 1 week off YouTube for his dad's passing. Okay. Hey, some people are like that. Some people will just get back to work and blot it out. I get it. But this is what happens when you're a slave to the algorithm. Yes, like someone said, he's on the hamster wheel. He cannot get off. Okay. This is nasty work, man.
Well, consider amazing. And for that, I also thank you as being a part of my audience and being somebody who watches what it is that I do, comments on what it is that I do, shares on what it is that I do. And I need to be able to consider y'all because without y'all, this is not possible. But, I understand.
This man ain't mentioned I got somebody that's special to me. This man ain't mentioned nobody. He ain't got no woman. You 40 now, bruh. You're 40. You ain't met no nice woman yet. Not saying it should be end all be all, but you should be like, yeah, man, I met somebody, man, and she's cool. You ain't hear you've heard nothing like that. Most guys when they meet somebody and she makes them happy, they gonna let you know. But hey, man, hey y'all, I'm sorry y'all, but all my time because I've been spending time with my with my little boo thing, and what I'm saying, we be doing nothing. This man ain't mentioned a woman not one damn time in this video. 7 minutes in and you ain't got no woman, bro. What you supposed to be out here with living life with a companion?
And that it's a symbiotic relationship. If I'm producing shit, you ain't gonna watch shit, baby. So yeah, I'm gonna be taking some time off in order to give me additional time to, reinvest into my mental, well-being in order to continue to give you guys everything that I think that my skill set and my talents and my purpose should be able to give you and will be able to give you. Now, it's not to say that you guys will be post-free this entire time, all right? In case you haven't noticed, I got another string of platforms that...
Okay. So you ain't talking about shit. Okay. Slave to YouTube, man. Slave to the algorithm. This man ain't mentioned, outside of all the plans he has for taking his little break, you ain't mentioned, you ain't got nobody, huh? No woman. Now I get it. Some guys will go, Slide maybe wants it private. I can respect that. But if you got somebody that brings joy to you and makes your eyes light up, you gonna make a reference to it. Yeah, I got this little thing right here, man. Hey, man, we gonna see what we gonna make it shake. Okay. Hey, has a lead attorney? Is he? No, he still ain't got no woman. Huh? Okay. So you got two mofos that had cancer. I'm not making fun of it. Trust me, I'm not making fun of cancer. That's not nothing to play with. But lead attorney and MTR have two things in common. They both had cancer, and neither one of them had a woman to help them through their recovery. Matter of fact, let me take that back. Neither one of them had a special somebody to help them during their recovery. Okay? When you listen to their stories of how they got through it, you don't hear no mention of no special somebody that was there for them, help them, this and that, whatever the case. When I couldn't do it, she, and then she, you know what I'm saying? You didn't hear neither one of them mention nobody special that helped them get through their recovery phase. That's sad. Remember when, Lita was telling y'all how he had to get an Uber driver or somebody, had to hire a housekeeper to help him because he had no woman to check on him? That's a sad existence. Y'all talk about, I want to be Sigma, I want to be Alpha. Okay, until your shit starts breaking down, when you can't wipe your own ass, then it's like, oh, wait a minute. Yeah, time to rethink that Sigma male nonsense. I mean, but hey, if it works for you, God bless you. But if you can't call no woman, like, hey, I'm fucked up. I need your help. I need you. If you can't call nobody and say, hey, I need you, and she don't show up without, you don't have to explain yourself. Well, baby, okay, I'm on my way. Okay, we'll talk about it when I get there. Okay, I'm on my way. What's wrong? If you can't do that, I don't know what to tell you. Yeah, Kevin Samuels ain't have a woman to keep his blood pressure low and his cholesterol. You know what I'm saying? They all these men had nobody they can make nobody checking. All right, man. Hey, what do I know, man? These guys gonna keep y'all single. And shout out to him, God bless him, but this ain't it, man.